From fresh water to still pollution, now it is time for the game to advance to new heights. Hello everyone, GBA049 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes in the Metroid Prime Marathon Series, episode number 39. We've overstayed our welcome in this now brightened up, lively course of nature, Torvus Bog. Now we are on our way to Sanctuary Fortress, and I must say the path to it really confused me at first, because there's something related to the scan visor that made the pathway to Sanctuary Fortress somewhat vague in some very specific form. I'm not entirely sure if it is, like, I don't know, like explained to you in Samus's notes of the dark visor and whatnot, because I eventually just, okay, it was something for me that I had to think over and pay close attention to. But before we do any of that, we first need to attend our meeting with Umos a second time, so that way he can give us the next directions of our the next directions of this journey. Before that, we are going to snag. No, we are not going to get the light. We are not going to get the sunburst. Completely forgot to do this last time, but this one isolated energy tank. But it's not like we're gonna need 100 more units of energy to take care of a gigantic larval mosquito that was basically just, you know, bathing in a pool of its, bathing in a pool of venom that was soon going to be part of its blood anyway. So, what's the point? Anyway, let's attend back to the Great Temple and see what Umos has to say. Though, real quick, I'm going to examine if there's actually any specific detail regarding the key elements of what the dark visor entails. Objects that are normally unseen. Dark visor will highlight most creatures as a targeting aid. Yet it really doesn't explain it really doesn't explain it to you all that well. That is until you obviously until you like pay close attention to what the scan visor has to say, because that's the only hint that it gives you. Like something about not like something along the lines of currently not visible in the current time space. Well, to be fair, this game is rated T for teen, and it does require a advanced reading skill to, you know, play the game and whatnot, but not to the extent of it actually is to the extent of how Dark Souls would handle it. But then again, combat just basically just tells you everything as is. Rating is just something that that just comes in that just comes as second nature. Anyway. And Morbus and Sheka have been slain, and Umos is even more enlightened to see us just progress this far. The Temple of Torvus glows with energy once more. Only one temple remains without the light of Aether. You must travel to our fortress, high in the cliffs. The last temple lies in the fortress. Seek knowledge there before invading the Ing Hive. Be cautious in the fortress. This place was once guarded by machines of our creation, but now they are corrupted slaves of the Ing. They will not see you as a friend. Interesting of how it's a hologram of Quadraxis and not a quad main body or a command module unit. They just outright like spoil the appearance of Quadraxis to you. Maybe as a way of foreshadowing of what big threat you're up against very soon. You almost is fully aware of it too. Might have been a minor error, but it does a lot for the foreshadowing effect. Our goal draws ever closer. Let the light of Aether be your guide. Anything else you have to say? He always does. You have weakened the enemy forces in Torvis. The Ing now fear and loathe your name. Do not relent. Press on. Show the Darklings and Sanctuary no quarter. It will be done. Not doing this because I'm forced against my will. It's something that I choose to do. Literally the only reason why that Samus is doing this is because of what Yumos said in the middle of his story. Should one gain control of this energy, the other shall perish. And those words right there is the moment of realization for Samus that if Aether falls and Dark Aether succeeds, then the Ing will just search in different corners of the galaxy, and eventually reach to her kind. So this is a crisis that cannot allow. This is a sort of crisis that cannot allow to be continued. And she succeeds by herself. And some guidance with Yumos. Pathway to Sanctuary. Beyond the pathway to Sanctuary sector lies. And it's so weird to me that a chamber gate was immediately blocked off immediately after when we took care of the Dark Alpha Splinter. Because after we defeated it, that's when the door locked behind us, and we were just basically forced to enter inside the Great Temple, where Yumos was, and just go to a different path altogether. This entire time, our main path that we took to reach the Great Temple was blocked off, and we had absolutely no idea this entire time. No reason to scan that interface module because the path is already open for us because we were here before. Just a little, slight dissension into nostalgia a little bit. Of course, we are not going to enter inside Dark Aether right now because there's nothing of importance for us yet. Actually, there's nothing of importance to us at all. Okay, so to continue on to what I said about the scan visor being a little bit too vague, and the pathway to Sanctuary Fortress being not explained all that well. How I figured it out is that I paid close attention to these rotating sphere devices on the walls with purple spots on them. And scanning this says, scans indicate presence of a control system. Interface method unknown. Control units not present in the visible spectrum or current time space. That right there is your hint. What you need to do is activate the dark visor and target these unseen targets to bring the wall down so that we can get across. That was closed the entire time. This entire time, this device was actually a bridge. Very interesting level design choices in this one room. because you're because you're forced to go down this tunnel and activate the interface module on the top to launch yourself up and to launch yourself to get to the other side. But when you re-enter the when you re-enter the area in reverse, you bring down this gate by using the dark visor and using the dark visor and the seeker launcher. And there's space pirates invading our territory over here. Let me just surprise this one space pirate that's interacting with this device, trying to figure it out. Dance all you want. You can't dodge forever. You got yourself stuck in that situation yourself. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get that missile expansion on top of the GFS Tur. Or maybe it actually does require the screw attack. Nope, you can get across it normally. Very creative way to hide a missile expansion. How I discovered that on my own, I have no idea. That's a missile expansion that is so easy to miss. Not well hidden, but it is definitely creative. Beyond this door, the path to Sanctuary Cliffs lies. Once a place of peaceful residence, now a fortress for those who make war. May it find tranquility once more. The absolutely vast, gigantic contrast in the game. Sanctuary Fortress is a gigantic contrast to every area that you've explored thus far. For that, let's go read this turret. Luminoth turret, automated defense system. Heavy defense system. Heavy beam weapon system of Luminoth design. Evade its fire with quick movement. As the number of Luminoth warriors dwindled, they turned to machines to protect key areas. You know, I misinterpreted the exact context of that sentence, and when I was a kid, I legitimately believed that that it meant Luminoth literally turned to machines. It's like, are you actually kidding me? How would that be possible? But no, it's like turn to machines, as in change their turn to machine, as in change their course of action to protect key areas. Automated gun turrets were often the first line of defense against ing attacks. Though powerful, they weren't nimble enough to deal with agile enemy targets. And I'm surprised the ing haven't taken care of the heavy Luminoth turret, because these things are outright fucking ruthless. They deal a crap ton of damage and are extremely dangerous if they're not treated well. The Sky Temple. We learn that the ruler of the Ing dwelled in a place dubbed the Sky Temple by our forces. This place held the planetary energy of Dark Aether as well. It was heavily guarded, and entry was barred by a great gate requiring 10 keys to unlock. These keys were hidden throughout Dark Aether by the Ing. A mission was planned, one that would find the hidden keys and recover our missing energy from the Sky Temple. That mission went pretty far in the end. Each of the Luminoth warrior, each of the, I think 12 Luminoth warriors were successful in finding the keys, but they were unable to deliver it to the Sky Temple entrance. Or at least I believe that is what the dark version of that part of the map is called. The Hall of the Honored Dead is what it's called in Light Aether, but it's called something else in Dark Aether. More morbid and cryptic in name in Dark Aether. Pretty interesting. A statue that I'm always fond of scanning and learning about. Structural analysis complete. This is a statue of Ebitur, the founder of Sanctuary. Oh wait, never mind. I was wrong. It was a statue like right before the entrance of the Sanctuary Temple. He lived for nearly 5 centicycles and died in hand-to-hand combat during the first Ing attacks. Bioscan complete. Luminoth subject expired 1.4 decacycles ago. Fatal wounds on subject appear to have been caused by Luminoth heavy weapon systems. Perhaps they just... My guess is that perhaps they completely forgot to alter the programming and soon learned their mistake. Luminoth subject expired 1.4 decacycles ago. No evidence of Ing possession present. Wounds on subject were of Luminoth origin, not Ing. Traces of machine fluid suggest an attack by a mechanoid. Either that or was like a quad main body unit that terminated that poor Luminoth. Object analysis complete. This is a Luminoth security sensor array. Array is online and transmitting data. Data feed appears to be compromised, however. It is possible that the enemy is using this array. Pretty sure that array is also transmitting data straight from here to Dark Aether. Interdimensional activity and technological, energy just being transferred from place to place. Always use the dark beam to oh my god, to take care of these stupid turrets. You are obviously not welcomed into the place of Sanctuary Fortress, but obviously not welcome into the entrance of Sanctuary Fortress. Even when you first arrive, you're going to be invaded by space pirate commandos to just immediately ruin the moment of that extravagant awe, just taking over your emotions. Because Sanctuary Fortress is quite a fucking novelty in the franchise. That it's definitely like one of the all-time greatest highlights in the entire Metroid series. Entering Sanctuary Fortress for the first time and seeing the absolutely gigantic contrast of the dull and colorless atmosphere from the Temple Grounds, Aegon Waste, and Torvus Bog to a more colorful and beautifully advanced horizon of the Sanctuary Fortress. The entire design of Sanctuary Fortress itself doesn't look like a damn thing from Aether in the slightest. It looks like you're in a completely different dimension or planet altogether, and that's the best part about it. But we're not even there yet. Object scan complete. Security ring is locked down and active. You may be able to access its control system and move it to open position. Scan this terminal. Interface module. Security panel hacked. Ring control system engaged. Moving ring to open position. You can also scan that because it's like, yep, it's already been used. Ring control system offline. Ring will remain in current position. More dynamo controllers. Object analysis complete. Target is part of a power generation system. It appears to be a massive electrodynamo wheel. Unit is locked in auto run cycle. And our first real enemy of Sanctuary Fortress, that is just hex bugs. Hex bug ants. Anyone remember those toys? That's exactly what these things remind me of. Mechanism Serenity class drone. Or Serenity. Serenity class drone. Independent maintenance unit. Roving mechanoid assigned to cleaning duties. Unit is unarmed and armored. The Serenity drones have not gone rogue. The units are defenseless, have no weapons, and cannot be eaten. These qualities make them useless to the Ing. The small drones are assigned simple maintenance tasks upon creation and perform them without hesitation until reassigned or destroyed. They also make very endearing noises when you're just passing by them. Yeah, but they do damage you. Very minimal damage, like 4. it's best to just like completely leave these guys alone because they're literally only here for just the sake of enemy variety. It's acting like very tiny, harmless, not harmless, tiny, docile locomotive units. And I was waiting for them to make those little, tiny, screeching noises? No, not exactly screeching noises, but kind of like, chittering noises, but they're not making it yet. They do it on occasion, though. Anyway. Object scan complete. Security ring is locked down and active. You may be able to access this control system and move it to open position via the spinner device. And here we go. Welcome to a completely different area in the game. And also home to one of the most upbeat and completely out of place soundtracks that this game has to offer. It's not bleak. It's not unwelcoming. It's not dark or empty or sorrowful. It's energizing. You know, now that I'm here, before I even dare to take a step forward, there's one thing that I absolutely adore to no end about the soundtrack of Sanctuary Fortress, is that since it is so, like, uplifting, energized, and just, you know, so positive more than anything else in the entire game, this is literally the only time in the game where the atmosphere of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is set at a very positive mood. And the reason behind that is that since you're so far into the game, you know, just succeeding, you know, succeeding very well on attaining the on like restoring light from Ig to Aegon Waste and Torvus Bog. This is basically a track dedicated to Samus Aran's success throughout her, you know, adventure as a one-man army in the Crisis of Aether. She's come so far, and there's nowhere to go but just continue moving forward, and it's just like, yep, you got this. The Luminoth believes in you. That is until you go to the depths, and then you really start to feel of how damaged this place is. I mean, sure, it's overtaken by the Ing because of their newfound ability from once having the ability to possess biology to out of fucking nowhere, which is extremely terrifying, have now the ability to possess technology-based life forms as well. You're not the only one that's progressing in your duties. The Ing are just as well, you know, competent with their array of, you know, opposition just as much as you are. And I have absolutely no idea of how the hell that guy was able to deflect my shots before he even had pulled up his damn shield. Get what you deserve. Also, get used to this bridge. It's not going to be here for long. So over here, we can just take a look at, you know, we can just like examine more of this of this horizon. Object analysis complete. Object is a Luminoth tech crate. Units possess ultra-secure lock systems. Destroy them to discover their contents. Use quite a bit of dark beam on those commandos. Do not touch the freaking blast radius of the Phazon canisters. Alright, that's gonna be enough. Clearly, there's a lot of fucking effort into the, like, put into the design of this place. 3 months. Just let all that fucking sink in. 3 months. Like, there's just no way. It's an impossibility. Looking at stuff like this, and the radio waves just, like, flowing from the bottom of this supposedly gigantic city on the surface of Aether? This isn't Aether. I refuse to believe that. Is this even a Metroid game anymore? Sanctuary Fortress begs to differ. It is definitely a rite of passage for warriors that are, like, you know, brave and strong enough to gain entry and access the history of what the Luminoth are capable of with their sheer metaphysical prowess. And it is absolutely immense of the things that we're capable of, you know, creating. It's the stuff of legends. Structural analysis complete. Panel is laced with grobnite and densium. It has been weakened by numerous strikes from pirate weaponry. I'm gonna go scan this here too. Structural analysis complete. Wall section is structurally unsound. Heavy cannon damage may destroy it. So, smell that? That is the wondrous smell of new progress. And a new enemy. Octopede. Or Octopede. I don't know, Octopede. Clearly, Pokemon took inspiration from Metroid Prime 2 Echoes when they were designing when they were designing Phalanx. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that Pokemon. I'm not into like the 8th generation. I'm not into it. Sorry, I'm just not into it. I mean, it's what came to my mind when I first saw the design. It's like, yeah, that's way too freaking similar. I'm sorry. Rogue delivery drone. Lightly armored, disrupted units can explode in self-defense. The Octopedes were created to deliver data to Luminoth citizens. They now follow their routes in the service of other rogue mechanoids. The units were designed to self-destruct if attacked and will explode with enough force to cause damage. Word of advice, if you're ever like if by the time you encounter these things, don't take care of them with either the power beam or light beam, even though that well, of course they just burst into flames and whatnot. Alternatively, when you use the dark beam, they dissolve. And create a very crackling sound effect as well. Very useful for speedruns. Object analysis complete. Target is part of a light energy processing system. Power from these globes is transferred to other parts of the fortress complex. Security lockdown prohibits local access to energy stores. Welcome, Samus Aran. Enjoy your stay. You're free to fully examine as much as your heart desires. But sadly, it is not a place of peace or prosperity as it was before. This blessed sanctuary used to be so much more in the past. We can only do so much to offer you of your worthiness. And to examine more of our blessed history. It's truly amazing. It's quite a novelty, to be sure. Tactical scan complete. Target mechanoid is an inactive combat drone. Unit is offline and in power conservation mode. No command signals are being received. Combat systems offline. Defense grid is not energized. AI does not respond to transmissions. Yet. You know, keyword yet. And Sanctuary Fortress is also home to my absolute favorite enemy in the entire franchise. Say hello to the one and only Resbit. Looks like he's really ready to party. Reminds me of those digital party balls that you see in like the mid 2000s or 90s. Resbit, rogue patrol drone. The variable beam cannon and digital virus delivery system makes target very dangerous. Barrier shield and phasing power help protect it from damage. The Resbit, though small, is a tough opponent. Its weapon system is potent, capable of firing bursts or beams at targets. A barrier shield blocks incoming attacks. It can also shift into an energy state to evade enemies. While in this state, it can transmit a powerful virus into mechanoids and armor systems. The virus can cripple your systems for a time, leaving you vulnerable. Imagine animating all those individual individual orange screens for the animation of the res bit. Everything else is like standard fare, but jeez. I guess it just goes to show that there's literally a lot going on with the res bit, and how it uses those little orange panels to full effect is truly the sight of legends. It has everything you could possibly want from a very smart and dangerous Metroid enemy. It can evade attacks. It can do this to just. It basically has the ability to like shoot a bunch of. Don't get hit by that. It just it also disables your it disables your arm systems, evading attacks. Very ruthless in opposition. When they're in their machine gun form, blocking incoming attacks. You can no longer lock onto it when it's in this state. It has the ability to just put a fucking virus into Samus's armor systems. And your screen is extremely fucking ruined with all these digital, effects going on in the HUD, and the only way that you can just remove this virus is literally pressing Control-Alt-Delete to reboot your system. When I first saw that legitimately blew my fucking mind. That is the sole reason on why the Resbit is my all-time favorite enemy. Other reasons is because that it is a much more efficient security system in Sanctuary Fortress that the quad CMs just can't even come close to matching. I mean, that is definitely going to be our next enemy we're about to encounter in here, but it's literally nothing compared to the Resbit. Here's the quad main body and command module robot unit. Rogue combat drone. Main body specializes in close combat. Lower venting system can be damaged by concussive attacks. Boost attack can disrupt its vortex spin. A quad is formed of two components, the quadruped main body and the flying command module. These units can function independently or linked together as the need arises. The main body uses melee attacks in battle. Though durable, it needs to vent excess heat from its body. When this happens, it exposes a venting system vulnerable to concussive attacks. And here's the command module right here. It looks like a biker helmet. Rogue combat drone. Command module relies on ranged attacks. Beam shield can be breached by opposite polarity systems. A quad is formed. Yeah, that's okay. Function independently. Rises. The command module relies on ranged beam weapon attacks. It can generate a powerful beam shield to protect itself. Opposite polarity beams can penetrate the shield, however. And while it has that shield active, it is invulnerable to all forms of attack. My usual method to take care of the quad CMs is as follows: 1, destroy the head, and then wait for the main body control unit to just eventually go into the spinning cycle, and then deliver the finishing blow. More than I think about it, I feel like that. I feel like the latter method to take care of those enemies is more efficient. Because I didn't really know how to exactly deal with the command modules as much as I did on my first play of this game, because they were extremely annoying to deal with. I just didn't understand their full entire gimmick. Now that I do, that's not that bad. Just keep on just disable their disable their beam shield and destroy it with a dark beam in their history. That's it. Objects can complete unit as part of a reactor maintenance system. These servo mechanisms continue to function despite a lack of supplies. Radiation levels have not tripled the units, but continued exposure will eventually lead to a decline in efficiency and ultimately shut down. More Resbits just ready to be pissed off to see us. Objects can complete. Unit is part of the reactor control system. Unit is offline. Reactor operators are on automatic function, unable to access security codes. The system will remain online. Interestingly enough, the scan entry for those generator structures are different in Dark Aether. They continue to function, ... barely. And then it just provides more detail on like on how long it'll take until those duelist devices eventually cease to function. Not long, especially when you're like constantly exposed to the air of Phazon itself. I remember like seeing this meme image of the Resbit on Google, and the captions said, "These things can burn in fucking hell," because they're extremely annoying enemies to take care of. Hey, here's a tip: use the dark beam. They are a complete joke. That's literally all it takes. Just use, as long as you have 5 dark beam ammunition, freeze it with the power of fear itself, and just shatter it with the missile. Just completely annihilate them into tiny, minuscule pieces. Literally all it takes. Not that deep. They're extremely tanky by default, but without the dark, completely extremely tanky by default, there's a dark beam, and they are just nothing but insignificant enemies. Ember, Cobalt, Crimson, Emerald. Object scan complete. This is a gyroscopic ring. Unit is part of an energy production system. It has been running the same process for approximately 30 cycles. Appears to be in automated mode. Manual bypass mode may be used to override function. Scan this. Gyroscopic system engaged. Safety systems online. Safety lockdown code is as follows: Amber, Cobalt, Crimson, Emerald. Easy to remember. I have no idea why the presence of these maintenance units pisses me off, but because that they eventually just backstab you later on. There's a simple maintenance unit programmed to perform routine tasks. The unit functions well despite several decacycles of service. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure decacycle is 1,000 years. No, whatever. Amber, Cobalt, Crimson, Emerald. And there we go. The path to the Ing Smasher battleground opens. Alright, just there we go. A little bit of a stock sound effect when the quad main body is uh-oh. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Regardless if you destroy the quad or not. Oh yeah, that's in a different area altogether. Yeah, let's go leave the other bodies of the quad MBs left there to rust for all I care. Structural analysis complete. Sprig's is composed of numerous alloys, including dendriums. Exposure to portal energies has weakened the structure considerably. Interesting. Well, our navigation to a Sanctuary Fortress was practically short-lived, and so too will the Ing Hive. Because we're only taking a detour to access an area that we can't, that we normally can't go to in Light Aether because we need to have the Spider Ball. But we are definitely going to have that. We are definitely going to have that fucking item very soon. Ingworm cache. Living storage units of the Ing Horde. The Ing worms wrap their bodies around useful items to protect them. They are defenseless. The Ing worms wrap their bodies around useful items to protect them. They are defenseless. They are not terribly durable and have no form of attack. Hence their assignment as storage barriers by the Horde. Basically used by cannon fodder. Isn't that lovely? Dark Talon Metroid. Looks absolutely nothing like the base form. Darkling possess energy parasite. Symbiote makes target stronger in battle, vulnerable to concussive blasts, dislikes bright light. The Ing are fascinated by Metroids and their connection to Phazon. It is not a shared fascination, as Metroids will attack Ing on sight. Recognizing their strength, Ing Darklings have possessed a number of Metroids, turning them into powerful soldiers of the Horde. The design of the Dark Talon Metroid closely resembles the Emperor Ing, like the standard form of it, with all the tentacle-like bumps on its head, the eye in the center, and I'm I'm also like presuming like the other red spots around its body could also resemble the Emperor Ing Chrysalis as well. Dislikes bright light. Now, alternatively, just use the frickin' dark beam. Dark Diligence drone can only be found in one area, and it's only there to protect an item. Darkling possessed maintenance unit. Unit gains strength from Ing symbiote. A high-powered burst of light energy can damage it. Some Diligence drones have been taken by the Ing for possession duties. Their small size and durability makes them excellent scouts, able to go where most others cannot. Except they only go to one place, and that's this area right here. I guess it was planned to have more of them as development went by, but they decided to like put in. Oh wait, never mind. Actually, there is no reason to put that in there anyway, because there's nothing like blocking the path to the energy controller. Path to the energy controller area in the Ing Hive access. Whatever. Anyway, the Dark Diligence still relies on focused energy beams for defense. Their energy construct nature makes them invulnerable to most attacks. A high-powered burst of light energy can disrupt a Dark Diligence unit. And you might think that, because that it is a Darkling, it might think it's a dark possessed, dark possessed light creature. It should be weak to the dark beam, right? Nope. As I said before, even though that the accuracy for actually no, even though that the detail behind the descendant of dark light characterization is formulated very ingeniously on enemy design, especially when it comes to enemy weaknesses. As I said before, it's not always accurate, and that's also that's one of the few examples it has. Why in the hell the Warrior Ing eventually get dispelled and replaced by Dark Pirate Commandos in this area later on in the game, I will never understand, because these things make sense. Oh, jeez. Well, let me just take care of the I mean, it certainly does a lot for the creepy atmosphere vibes of seeing these things appear in a gigantic hallway. Because you definitely are in the Ing Hive, so I don't know why they actually stopped doing that. It's much more efficient, rather than hearing the every single time when you enter inside this area. But that's just me being a little bit nitpicky. Airthorns really should have occupied the area of the Ing Hive rather than Night Barbs. Let me take care of these guys quickly, otherwise they're going to quickly respawn. Got it, okay. I went the wrong way. Shit. No, I actually am supposed to go this way. Oh, for fuck's sake. Then again, I know the reason why know the reason why there's infinitely respawning night barbs in this room, so that way you don't run out of missiles. But still, it's a bit of a deviation, bit of an annoying deviation, because if you just want to go across, or just activate this, you know, just deactivate the barrier so you can go back to light aether. Yeah, whatever. Oh, done is done. I'm gonna go, like, here, the depths of Sanctuary Fortress. And, more quad units pissed to see us. Okay. Oh, shit. We're dealing with two of them now. Oh, shit. Ah, piece of cake. Might as well just, like, use a super missile instead. There you go, got him. That's a bit of a minor inconvenience, nothing to worry about there. Cyric's Testament. Let this be the final testament of warrior Cyric. I have no more shells for my weapons. For the enemy I have naught but the blade and fist. Let them come. They wait in the works, hissing and slithering like beasts. Let them. When my war cry comes, there will be a dread, final reckoning. Come forth, hated enemy. Let there be an end. Jeez. Going out strong, that Luminoth warrior did. Commend them. Deeply commend them. Diligence class drone. The light version of it. Roving mechanoid with energy-based attacks vulnerable to dark energy. The Diligence drones were the first cleaning units designed by the Luminoth. They were modified for combat duty once the war began, but were outshined by the newer Harmony class units. Diligence uses focus energy beams to perform its duty. Their energy construct nature makes them invulnerable to most attacks, though dark energy can disrupt them. They behave a similar function to the pulse bombus, or I forgot what they were called again. Those enemies in Metroid Prime, but they're not all that effective on how they manage to, like, defend key areas. They're just regressed. Regressed versions of the original, but still pretty cool. Speaking of regressed version of the original, the Mechlops, that was very close to becoming a scrapped enemy, actually. Mechlops rogue mechanoid Triclops. Luminoth designed mechanoid gatherer with powerful jaws removes intruders forcibly. The Luminoth tried to domesticate and train a number of Triclops for use in war, but failed. Undaunted, they created mechanical versions of the hardy creatures to use in battle. The few Mechlops that remain now serve other mechanoids, turning their potent jaws and earth-moving power against their former masters. So it seems like to me that the Luminoth weren't really all that, you know, advanced with the technology-based control. They did all they could, but it eventually just didn't really prove all that effective to, like, defend themselves and their precious energy. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of prefer the design of the Mechclops more than the Triclops because it really does look like a stag beetle on design. Like, it really does. Also, green blood for a machine-based creature for some reason. It is possible to jump over this, to jump across this wall without the spider ball, but it requires a bit of precision once again, and I do not have the luxury to even try it out. Object scan complete. Unit is the main dynamo core. Unit is unstable. It can't be destroyed with conventional weapons. A tremendous kinetic impact may damage it. And what it's containing is a power bomb expansion. Oh, we're not getting that yet. Target is played in part of the main dynamo. Unit is unstable. Safeguards offline. This unit needs to be shut down manually. Scan the other part here. Part of the main dynamo. Unit is unstable. Safeguards online. This unit needs to be shut down manually. It's the same thing. Why would you just give it a different color then? Power relays connected. Elevator unit online. Step into the hologram to activate the elevator. Am I going up or down? I'm going down. That is not where I want to go. How much damage does it cause? 2. It just causes 2 damage. Okay. Anyway, moving on. One thing that I really gotta go point out about the atmosphere of the Sanctuary Fortress Depths. The main melody is in the original theme of Sanctuary Fortress on the surface. So each time when I listen to the main theme of Sanctuary Fortress, the first thing I always notice is the depths. So when you go into the depths of Sanctuary Fortress, that is when you feel the, you know, empty presence of this place, of how, you know, very damaged and broken it really is on the inside. On the outside, it's on the outside and the surface, it is extremely energizing and motivating. But when you go, but when you go further into the place, it's just barely on. Like, it's barely there. Especially with all those constant powering down noises you hear. And that is also played in the main theme. Shoot the target to rotate the lens components, orient beams to matching frequencies. This will deactivate the security system they control. Alright. So each time when I hear the depths of Sanctuary Fortress, I always get a completely different picture of I always get a different picture between both themes because just remove the main melody of Sanctuary Fortress and you will get the depths. And then you start to see the picture. Fun little puzzle to solve here. Good luck trying to scan this in time. And I did. System control units offline. Scan nearby console to restore power to the system. Or, you know, just let it power on by itself. Yeah, no other bomb slot in the game has that, as that little, scan, text. It's only when they're about to emerge out of the, floor for some reason. Like, no other bomb slot has that. It's just there, but you might think that it's going to go, like, give you a extra log entry for the bomb slot, but no. It's, I don't know. Target is part of the main dynamo. Unit is offline. Service is no longer charged. Cleared for contact and use as a walkway. Just don't touch the purple energy. Don't touch the purple energy on the outside. I believe we have enough energies to survive our metal against the Spider Guardians, so let us go take care of business right away. I will scan that later. Connect or can unlock offline. Scans that indicate presence of a control system. Interface method unknown. Control units not present in visible spectrum or current time space. That's the only hint that gives you. It's like, okay, not visible in current spectrum or local of current time space. Which means it's time for the Dark Visor and the Seeker Missile. There we go, now it's back online. Yeah, it's definitely this room that has that problem. Clearly the command module unit has been deactivated, but nope, it just happens to pop up another command module for some reason. It might have been dispersed in the little ceiling up there. Now I think about it. All right. Made it to the Sanctuary Temple. This is a component of an incomplete mechanoid. Design similarities exist between incomplete unit and the rogue mechanoids of Luminoth design found throughout this area. We're just examining the blueprints. Oh yeah, while I'm here. I'm gonna go destroy this head if you don't mind. Come on, just a little bit further, a little bit closer. All right. Okay, but just like just a little bit here. Yeah, it should be good enough. And aim, fire. There we go, got him. Let that gaseous form of ing possess the main body and the command module. The Dark Quad main body. Darkling possessed combat drone. Ing possession strengthens target. Main body specializes in close combat. Boost attack and disrupt its vortex spin. The Ing discovered they could possess and control artificially intelligent machines as well as living beings. They soon turned the loyal quad drones against the Luminoth, finding the tenacious machines to be quite useful additions to the Horde. This information of how successful and, you know, proud they are of their just groundbreaking discovery that they can, if at all possible, really, truly, you know, effortlessly win this war. And they were close, too. Beam shield can be breached with opposite polarity beams. A dominant Darkling assumes control of the command module, forcing the lesser Ing in the main body to do its bidding. Oh, okay, so it requires 2 Ing to possess 1 quad. I didn't even use the freaking boost ball. It just happened to, like, you know, just bump into me, and he just died. Like, okay. You might think that the quad sentry units are, you know, more durable just because they've been possessed by Ing, but no. The only difference as far as, you know, the design of these enemies is concerned is because of it's only because of the fact that they're, you know, skin is darker. Like, no defensive enhancements, no, you know, like, no different weapons of the sort. That is like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go turn this machine against you, even though that it's already been against you to begin with. But no, it just needs a different shade of purple. That's what makes the quad sentry units incomplete to us. I mean, okay. Some more dark beam ammunition here. That's enough. Definitely going to... Oh, wait, never mind. Can't do that yet. Let me just visit Oler real quick. Talk to him. Get some guidance on what we need to do to continue our objective in the Ing Hive. Collect the collect those Dark Temple keys there, fight Quadraxis, get the things we need to do there. Just receive more of his wisdom. Here is a statue that I love reading about. Structural analysis complete. This is a statue of Seapole, a great hero of Sanctuary, known as the Ing Slayer. Seapole defeated over 700 Ing in combat before his death in the Battle of the Hive. What a powerful soldier he must have been. Here's Older's corpse here. Luminoth subject terminated 1.1 decacycles ago. Subject has taken damage from a number of Luminoth weapon systems, most likely those used by rogue Luminoth combat drones. It took more than the Ing to defeat this warrior. He definitely went out fighting. Hear the words of Olur, last sentinel of this fortress temple. May they serve you well. This used to be a great fortress, a safe haven for our people during the war. It also holds portals to the Ing Hive, the heart of their dark tribe. He has the most character compared to the other deceased Luminoth that you speak to in the holo-projected message. During the war, I built a number of mechanical sentinels to join me in battle. They were made to fight the Ing, and fight them they did, for a time. One by one, the Ing corrupted them. Now they attack with no mercy. Many went to Dark Aether with their Ing masters. Expect them when you are in the Hive. The Ing like to use them as guards. Well, that was just a case of a little fear-mongering right there, because that is outright false. They're only there in the Quadraxis fight. Kind of a missed opportunity right there, if you ask me. But it's alright. The Ing will protect their home with great ferocity. In all of our battles, the Hive has never fallen. Cobalt holograms, now accessible. This piece of dialogue right here. If only I could join you. Redeem my fallen honor in battle. But my time has passed. Would have loved you as a worthy ally. Good luck. Let the light of Aether show you the way. Energy fully replenished. Anything else you'd like to say? Let's go take a look. The machines travel on a network of magnetic rails. They go to places you cannot reach. It's a pity I didn't have the time to craft a way for people to use these rails as the machines do. Pretty sure in like different objectives you complete in Sanctuary Fortress, he mentions a cool that the Ing have stolen Aquil's signature weapon and gave it to Quadraxis in the fight. Probably after when I like collect 1 or 2 temple keys. I'll just try to do that. Aegon falls. A massive Ing attack came to the land of Aegon. Soon the Temple of Aegon was surrounded by the Horde with no hope of salvation. Our gallant warriors there were slain, and Aegon fell to the enemy. Our blood chilled when we learned that the energy within that temple was drained. The Ing had found the energy transfer module and were using it as a weapon against us. And now I am doing the same to them. Yeah, they stopped me like once or twice before in this adventure, but I got the power of plot armor on my side. I'll scan this enemy later. As genius as this entire construct is, I'm going to go straight toward the Spider Guardian. Last chance to scan the kinetic orb cannon. Scan this right here. And begin. And just like the Boost Guardian, Spider Guardian is the second boss and the second of only bosses of where the Ing lure you into their trap. In this case, we're just being, just bombarded by its presence. The Spider Guardian. Spider Ball powered Darkling. Target uses Spider Ball power to cling to walls. It seems to have a connection to the energy system in the area. Overexposure to energy may disrupt it. This Darkling Pillbug has absorbed the power of the Spider Ball. It can travel over magnetically charged surfaces at will. The creature seems to have a connection to the local energy system. Aggravating it may cause disruptions to the system. Alright. Let's go experience one of the more creative and also, in my opinion, the best Morph Ball puzzle in the series. Because what better way to design a Morph Ball puzzle than put an entire fucking boss fight in it? That's the sort of thing that literally no one mentions as much because of their seething hatred they have for this boss. I, on the other hand, think it's one of the more unique bosses in the franchise. However, I will admit that it is kind of annoying. Because of the absurd amount of damage it can deal if you're not careful. You're just trapped in this little confined space that tries to be as worse as the Boost Guardian, but fails because it has what the Boost Guardian has, what the Spider Guardian doesn't. Is Dark Aether. Oh yeah, and other enemies to completely annihilate you. Obviously enough, it is extremely important to always zoom out when you're dealing with this guy. There we go, activated that. There we go. And now we need only 2 more puzzles to complete. Is it the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's this one. Ah, that missed. Are you kidding me? This is where sacrificing a bit of energy comes in hand. I'm gonna play here. And do it a little bit more consistently. Ah, I almost had that. Are you kidding me? A little bit more here. Ah. All right, so far so good. All right. And now we're given a breathing room. There we go, let's make this easier for ourselves. Alright, coming in. The electricity is fine. Alright, 2 more hits and it should be completely eradicated. I am so used to this fight. Don't get in here. That was close. I almost repeated the cycle. Get out of my way, please. Thank you. There we go. Nearly didn't make it that time. However, this part can be a bit of a fucking doozy if you're not prepared for it. You have to activate all 3 of the bomb slots to deliver the finishing blow. That is the hardest part. Oh shit. There you go. One more hit here. Alright. Let's nail it. Let's put this final nail to this Darkling's coffin, shall we? If I could aim it right. Then need to mention you're also on a time limit when you're trying to deliver the finishing blow. Get over here, please. Okay. All right. Do not interrupt me. Just a little bit flick of the thumb. And we got it. Spider Guardian has been taken down. Yeah, the precision is a bit much, but other than that, it's not all that bad. Not all that bad as people make it out to be. In my opinion, anyway. It's a really unique fight. There's also a very obvious demonstration of how pissed off the Ing really are of our, you know, of our insane progress that we're making in this journey. Of our task to restore the light of Aether. Right now, they're running out of options. The more stronger enemy they try to throw at Samus, the quicker it is to get itself completely obliterated by her current weapons. All right, let me just like snag this missile expansion real quick and just go straight to the save station. That's what I'm doing. Oh yeah, another thing that Spider Guardian doesn't have: borderline unfair attacks. Because Boost Guardian could, for whatever fucking reason, can outright attack you in a cutscene. And you cannot avoid that no matter what you try to do. You will get hit. Ing are so pissed off at that point that they were just outright break the rules on you. And again, there are no rules when you're fighting Ing. Anything goes. So, I guess it's fine. But it's still not fair. Yep, Spider Guardian's pretty fun. And that's the last of the challenges that this game has to offer. But, well, as far as you know, challenges that people are more prone to identify as infamous. Like, the state of infamy is no longer present in this game, so we have their identity in our... We have their identity in our veins. We got the boost ball and the spider ball. But, yeah, anyway. That'll have to include the end of this episode of the Metroid Prime Marathon Series, episode number 39. I hope to see you again in the next one, of where we will take a short backtrack straight to the area of where we have fought the Alpha Blug and take care of the Power Bomb Guardian, which is the weakest fight in the entire game, in my opinion. And get the power bombs, go back here, and explore the rest of the Sanctuary Fortress. It's as good as I remember it. Well, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. This is GBA049, signing out, going offline, and see you next mission. Oh yeah, I'm also going to go demonstrate that soft lock glitch, soft lock glitch, after when I take care of Dark Samus's second fight to get the Echo Visor. It's purposely just, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Not going to go save immediately afterwards because I would just have to restart my save file and just have like a 4-hour speedrun session. Don't want to have that, but it'll be fun doing so. Anyway, see ya. That was fun. Oh yeah, I also scanned the rest of the objects and the mechanobites too. Quadraxis, here I come.